back to the chiseling. These marbles are leading me up the wrong alley. I'll try my Wall Street account. Now, let me see. Bears, 2 bears, 4 bulls, 2 nanny goats. Price pudding, if it comes down, divide by 16. Move to the right in 4s. And the...
Can I do your nails, sir?
Well, crack me on the cranium. If it isn't Mrs. Mop, the child with the bottomless bucket.
Can I ring you out, sir?
What do you think I am, the old year?
I think you're an old rascal, sir.
You've been reading my diary.
I've brought this for you, sir.
My robe of office. Help me on with it, Mrs. Mop. I'm expecting a summons at any moment.
Oh, another of them nasty things, sir.
I mean from the council chamber. I believe they wish to pay me the honour...
Oh, then I can have me back wages, sir.
Pay me the honour of re-electing me for a further term. Don't jump to conclusions. Now, go easy round Tattenham Corner.
I've mended the rent in the rear, sir.
Yes, and you brushed up all the banquet stains. I shan't get any more till after the war. And there were vintage ones, too. Now, where's my chain of office?
I haven't seen it lately, sir.
Hey, boss! Boss! Something terrible's happened!
Not now, Sam. We haven't any time for accidents this morning. Help me to look for my chain.
Shut off for now.
We'll meet at the plough.
Oh, I chanced to confine a cantering canine with your choice chain, and the canine was chased by a cantankerous cat and careered quickly across the corner, carrying the chain conspicuously.
I beg your pardon?
Listen,
Sam, can't you ever make a dry statement? You mean you tied a dog to the end of my chain of office and he's scarping?
Sure, boss. Am I humiliated?
Am I undone?
But the dog, boss...
I don't want to put on the dog. I want to put on me chain.
But the dog forgot to leave the chain behind when he left, see?
Quick, after him, Sam. And don't forget to wear your muzzle.
Sure, boss.
Hello. Oh, no, I'm sorry, no.
Your tea, Mr. Buchanan.
Tea? That's different, bless your heart. Every nation in creation has its favorite drink. France is famous for its wine, its beer in Germany. Turkey has its coffee, and they serve it blacker than ink. Russians go for vodka, and England loves its tea. Oh, the factories may be roaring with the boom-a-lacka, zoom-a-lacka-wee, but there isn't any roar when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea. Oh, a lawyer in a courtroom in the middle of an alimony plea has to stop and help him pour when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea. It's a very good English custom, though the weather be cold or hot. When you need a little pickup, you'll find a little teacup will always hit the spot. You remember Cleopatra had a date to meet Mark Antony at 3. When he came an hour late, she said, you'll have to wait, but everything stops for tea.
So, to that stirring music, majesty, splendor and beauty pass from our sight as the Queen goes in her lovely robe out of the nave of the Abbey. History has been written and sung here today, in this worn and beautiful old building, where it has been written and sung for many hundreds of years.
Children, now come along. We're going to do our nice moving to music this morning. So let's make a lovely fairy ring, shall we? And then we'll all be flowers growing in the grass. Now let's make a big circle. Spread out. Wider. Wider, just fingertips touching. That's it. Sue, let go of Neville. Well, because flowers don't hold hands. They just touch fingertips. Sue, let go of Neville. And Sue, we don't want grumblers in our fairy ring, do we? We only want smilers. Yes, David, you're a smiler. Yes, Lavinia, you are. And Peggy, yes, you're all smilers. Now, quiet, please. Don't get so excited. Now, quiet. And Sue's going to be a smiler in a minute, aren't you, Sue? That's better. George! Don't do that. Now then, let's all put on our thinking caps and we'll think what flower we're going to choose to be. Are you ready? Lavinia. A bluebell. Good. Peggy. A red rose, that's nice. Neville? A wild rose. Well done, Neville. Sydney, pay attention, please, and don't pummel Rosemary. What flower are you going to choose to be? A horse isn't a flower, Sydney. No, children, that isn't funny. It's very silly. And if Sydney can't think of a better flower than that, I think we'll go on to somebody else until he can. Now then, Sue, what about you? Another rose. Oh, I've got a lovely bunch of roses, haven't I? Peggy's a red one, and Neville is a wild one, and I expect you're a beautiful white one, aren't you? Oh, you're another red one. All right. Now then, Sydney. A carrot isn't a flower, Sydney. Now think, dear, and don't blow like that. How about being a tulip? Well, a holly leaf isn't a flower, Sydney. All right, you be a holly leaf. Now then, children, listen very carefully. Elvis, stop bouncing. No, bouncing isn't dancing. Elvis, don't argue, dear. Now, you watch the others and you'll see.
We're leaving the London line, do you see, from King's Lynn to Hunstanton. We're travelling to the sea. Do you know, this is like a dream come true. I've always wanted to do this on a train, to be able to go on one of these country line journeys, looking at the scenery far better than you can ever see it by road, and telling you what it's like and pointing out the things to left and right of us. Now we are coming out into the open flat land at the mouth of the Wash, flat on all sides. It might be Lincolnshire, but it isn't, it's Norfolk. But it's the part of Norfolk nearest Lincolnshire. Long lines of level drains and then the grey North Sea.
BBC Television presents...
Hancock. What's he like on the needle, this bloke? Has he got a steady hand?
Oh, you'll be quite all right.
He's in a good mood.
You'll be perfectly all right. Dr. McTaggart's an excellent doctor.
Dr. McTaggart, he's a Scotsman. Oh, that's fine. They're all good doctors, Scotsmen, yes. Like engineers, you know. It's the porridge that does it. Right. Hi, carry on, Macduff. A brobrich moonlich nicht the nicht this morning. There's a bonny wee lassie out there, hootsmon the new.
You mind sitting down there, please, Mr. Hancock?
Beg your pardon for lapsing into the vernacular, but the young lady did say you were a Scottish gentleman.
Well, not all Rob Roys. Have your card, please.
By all means. I'm ready when you are, Squire.
Yes? Hold out your hand, please. Now, this won't hurt. You'll just feel a slight prick on the end of your thumb.
Well, I'll bid you good day then. Thank you very much. If you want any more, don't hesitate to get in touch with me.
Where are you going?
Have me tea and biscuits.
But you came here to give us some of your blood.
Well, you've just had it.
That's just a smear.
It may be just a smear to you, mate, but it's life and death to some poor men.
I've just taken a sample to test.
A sample? How much do you want, then?
Well, a pint, of course.
A pint? Have you gone raving mad? You must be joking.
A pint is a perfectly normal quantity to take.
You don't seriously expect me to believe that? I mean, I came in here in all good faith to help me country. I don't mind giving a reasonable amount, but a pint? That's very nearly an armful. I don't mind that much, but I'm not having it up to here. Sorry, I'm not walking around with an empty arm for anybody. After all, a joke's a joke and all that.
Mr. Hancock, you obviously don't know very much about the workings of the human body. You won't have an empty arm, or an empty anything. Blood is circulating all the time. A perfectly normal, healthy individual can give a pint of blood without any ill effects whatsoever. After all, you do have 8 pints of blood, you know. Now look, chum, everybody to his own trade, I'll grant you. But if I've got 8 pints, obviously I need 8 pints.
And not 7, as I will have by the time you finish with me. No, I'm sorry. I've been misinformed. I've made a mistake. I'll do something else. I think I'll be a traffic warden.
Well, of course, I can't force you to donate your blood, but it's a great shame. You're AB negative. Is that bad? Oh, no. You're rhesus positive. Rhesus? They're monkeys, aren't they?
I'll see round the horns on in a minute, Dad.
Muck, that is, muck. They're all muck. Every one of them.
Oh, that Kenneth Horne ain't. He's educated.
Well, he ought to know better than consulting with all that other muck. It's all them double entendres and the insinuendos and catchpenny horseplay.
Am I going to have it on then, Dad?
No, I shall just sit here and polish me boots with a cat.
All right, Dad, but yes. I think you should listen to it.
I should listen to it? Why? Yeah. Give me one good reason.
Well, I mean, you are head of broadcasting.
Oh.
As you all know, on the 19th of March 1966, the World Cup was stolen from Central Hall, Westminster. It was subsequently recovered. But what nobody knows is that it was stolen again, yesterday. This was a job for MI5.
I was summoned to an office in Whitehall where Colonel Haverstrap was waiting. A bulging dossier open on the desk in front of him.
All right, Horne. Shall I run over it once more?
If you wouldn't mind, sir.
There. That's better. Nothing like a bit of exercise. Now, Horne, the World Cup, it's been stolen again, and you know what that means.
Yes, sir, we'll have to drink out of the world saucer. I had to move fast. I called Sir Andrew Sweet, head of the FA, at his headquarters.
Hello, Sweet FA here.
He was being evasive. I felt that he knew something. I had to get into FA headquarters somehow, but how? I needed to conceal my identity. I hurried to the disguise department of the MI5 boutique. Their experts would take care of me. Hello, anyone there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian. This is my friend Sandy.
Hello, how nice to barge your old Eek again. Absolutely bone, isn't he, Jewel?
Yeah. What are you doing in a top security job with MI5?
They sent us down here from the Labour.
I would have thought you might have been considered a slight security risk.
No, we've been screened. They went into our backgrounds and found out our FIDs were absolutely boner. We are your actual experts on disguise. We've had all the spies in here, haven't we?
Had them all in here?
All of them. When we've finished with them, you wouldn't know them. That Siobhan Connery, we done her.
I thought it was Sean Connery.
Well, it only goes to show how good our disguises are.
What have I got to do to make you love me? What have I got to do to make you care? What do I do when lightning strikes me and I wake to find you're not there? What do I do to make you want me? What do I do to be heard? What What do I say when it's all over? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation. And it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Well, it seems to me sorry seems to be the hardest word. What do I do to make you love me? What do I do to be heard? What do I do when lightning strikes me? What have I got to do? What have I got to do when sorry seems to be the hardest word?
Suzanne takes you down to her place near the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night beside her. And you know that she's half crazy, but that's why you wanna be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that come all the way from China. And just when you mean to tell her that you have no love to give her, then she gets you on her wavelength, and she lets the river answer that you've always been her lover. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you know that she will trust you, for you've touched her perfect body with your mind. And Jesus was a sailor when he walked upon the water, and he spent a long time watching from his lonely wooden tower. And when he knew for certain only drowning men could see him, he said, all men will be sailors then until the sea shall free them. But he himself was broken long before the sky would open. Forsaken, almost human, he sank beneath your wisdom like a stone. And you want to travel with him, and you want to travel blind, and you think maybe you'll trust him, for he's touched your perfect body with his mind.
Still in Los Angeles, but in a setting that, in the long ago, I would have associated more with somewhere exotic I'd never been, like Kashmir, say. I'm sitting on a shining terrace looking down the steps bordered by two immense curving bushes packed with hundreds of delicate white azaleas, of the sort that look more like spray orchids than anything else. They go down to a small topiary garden and a pool fringed with locust and frangipani, and then a small bank of woods, and in the distance the sound as of a muffled, steady wind, which is no wind, but the traffic of the 7 or 8 million cars on the weaving freeways of Los Angeles. I look up into the intense blue sky above me, and there, slowly wheeling and dipping, is a single buzzard, which makes me feel for a moment I'd better move around and not just lie there, in case the buzzard should mistake me for a corpse. This is a part of Los Angeles that has been there as pine woods and golden hills since, I imagine, the first Spaniards. The few soldiers and the Franciscan priests who came on it as a fertile river valley, and in a small but solemn religious ceremony just over 200 years ago, named it El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles, the town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels.
This is the rhythm of the night, oh yeah, the rhythm of the night. This is the rhythm of my life, oh yeah, the rhythm of my life.
Is falling down. Someone will steal it before it hits the ground. Now I wanna go out walking in my own neighborhood, where I was just a little girl and life was good. But the boys around the corner gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna keep on walking. They don't see this is my town. I was born and raised on these streets. This is my town, oh yeah, my town.
Ice Age to the Doll Age, there is but one concern I have just discovered. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls are bigger than others. Some girls' mothers are bigger than other girls' mothers.
Well, I'm rumbling in this JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me, and the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's being good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. We're holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh, oh. Sitting on the toolbox, oh, And I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Oh no.
Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Oui, je sais bien qu'un beau jour revient, mais j'hésite, ce jour est si loin. N'y croyons pas, disons-nous, toi et moi, qu'on se voit pour la dernière fois. Donne-moi vite tant de baisers, mon amour, que je puisse oublier le temps en fuite, et ma chanson n'aura plus qu'un seul mot, aimer. Dis-toi que c'est le désir éternel qui s'envole vers toi que j'appelle. Les yeux ouverts dans la nuit malgré l'heure qui fuit, quand tout bas je redis Bésame, bésame mucho. Si je reviens mon amour, le bonheur va chanter. Ma chanson n'aura plus qu'un seul mot, aimer.